Billionaire mind. What's up now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Let's get started. We are going to be doing. It's not like we did not win any trades. It's it's not like we didn't win any trades. It's just that we won trades. Even if we had a 50% win rate, we still came out very small, and I don't like it. Right. So that's the reason for this backtesting. Let's go back. Let us see what we did, and let us see what we can do different to be able to improve. No, I'm just using TradingView, Millionaire Mind. I'm just using TradingView for the backtesting. I'll show you how we are going to be doing it. We'll just go back to the Telegram because I like to use the Telegram as a form of journal, right? I posted a trade before. So what we are doing pretty much is we traded, which was for testing, right? And now we are going back to those trades that we took, right? We are going back to those trades that we took and see what we could have done better to come out positive so that we can continue adding that tweak that we saw why we went back, right? Adding it to future trades so that we can earn more if that major difference, And what we'll try to figure out what that thing is. For now, let's just maybe wait for two more people to join. Then we just start, we just start the back testing immediately. What do you guys think? All right. So seems like we have at least two people. Oh, we have eight people here. That's very good. So now let me share my screen. Can you guys hear me very clearly? I need you guys to hear me very clearly for me to be sure that this thing is really working. Can you guys hear me clearly? Just put type a one in the chat if you can hear me clearly, please, before we proceed. Okay, cast by Gary, I can see you. You can hear me clearly. That's good. All right, all right. Let's get started. Oh, sorry. Um, thank you guys for showing up today. I didn't even actually, to be honest, I didn't expect too much people to show up. Right? Which time frame? Which time frame? Area of interest: daily, weekly, or 4 hour? I am not really sure I understand the question, but we usually draw the area of interest on the daily or on the weekly. But sometimes the trade might be too fast, might be trending way too fast. Then we have to like draw the area of interest on the 4 hour just to be able to catch up with the trend, right? So that's why sometimes we use the 4 hour area of interest. All right, so let me share my screen. Can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen? Oh, you cannot see my screen. Let's try to do this again. Can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen so that we can proceed immediately. Okay. So I'm not really sure why it's not showing the screen. This is my first time here, so just give me a second. Let me fix this. Hey, sure, I beg, I need your help. What does this error message here? All right, can you guys see my screen now? Definitely. All right, that was great. Anvil, Anvin, I can see you too. Thank you for showing up, bro. Ruthless motivation. Ah, I like that your name. Oh, it's so cool. I'll go do one now. All right, boys. So this year, here's what happened this month, right? So this is the major purpose why I'm not really happy, and this is the reason I'm actually doing this back testing, right? Because what we saw here is that out of four trades that we took, we won two and we lost two. 50% win rate, right? And technically, I also lost on gold. I also lost on gold. So technically, I lost more trade last month, right? But I still came out a little bit positive, but I'm not really happy with that positive because when I was trading this month, I actually felt like I was going to come out very, very positive, right? So that shift in the results is what's making me really go back to this live. So what's going to happen is that on this particular live stream, I will just go back to the beginning of March, see what we did, both the trades we took, both the trades we did not take, right? And then see what we can do different, right? So I don't know why this is loading. Let it just load up. Just give it a second, let it load up. So we're about to dissect this thing now. I'm trying to figure out what we can do to come out a little bit more positive. I'm not really happy with 1% in a month or 2% in a month. Is to me it's just too small with the sell and forget strategy. We are picking the trade. We are being very selective, taking very few trades and taking A plus setups, and we are still coming out -1 or 1% or 2%. I don't like that, right? I don't like that. So that's the purpose of this. So let's see what we have here. So this right here is, where is it? Beginning of March. Let's start from there. So we'll be using this so that you guys can go back to it, right? It's a public channel, so anybody can really check. So as you can look at this, this is March 1st. I started the month by putting, giving you guys that was the time where we had the US versus Iran attack, right? So I expect the market to really go haywire, but let us see what happened. So the first trades we took was GBP card and NZE card. So GBP card and NZD card. So what is going to happen is that we'll go to the chart, right, and see how far this trade went, right? So we'll go to the chart, look at the trade if you can get it again, just to show that we actually know what we are doing, right? Especially on the 1 hour time frame. Then we look at how far the trade actually went. We'll journal it down. This right here is my journal. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to be writing things down, right? I want to write them down so that I can go back and see if it's more profitable to, just trade once per week, for example, or maybe take more than 1:2 risk reward ratio trade. Whatever data comes out of this back live stream, I will jot them down and then we'll try to, make adjustments to come out a little bit more positive next month. It's very important, right? Even to me, very important to me. So the first trades were GBP card and SZD card. Now, I did actually take these trades. I remember that what happened. I'm sure that the market went too fast or something. So let me go to trading view so that you guys can see. So we had NZD card. So NZD card, let me check the dates before we proceed. All right, NZD card was on March 2nd, right? So if you come to NZD card, let's just go to the 1 hour time frame and just head over to March 2nd. So just give me a second. I'm going to be using this tool to look for where March 2nd is. So this right here, just look down here, you can see the time, right? You can see Monday 2nd of um March 2026. Just scroll until you see March 2nd, as you can see. So now that it's there, I just take this vertical tool, just look for where March 2nd is on the 1 hour time frame because that's the time frame I'm entering. Then I'll zoom in to look for where I potentially entered, right? So this is very clean. As you can already see, this is the trade right here, right? If you just come to the Telegram, you can see that that is the exact same trade. Sorry, NZD card, right? This is the exact same trade. This is exactly where we entered. Stop loss were above these areas. Very clean, right? For us to be able to just detect it, right? For us to be able to just detect this, that shows that at least we know where we should be entering trades from, right? Now, I just want to see how long this trade actually went for. Now the entry was here. This is after the engulfing. Engulfing, next candle after engulfing, that's where we are supposed to be entering. And then stop loss technically is supposed to be above this high. But the reason our stop loss was above. Our stop loss is supposed to be above this high, but seems like we gave it few pips. So let me explain why we gave it few pips. So if you look here, you can see multiple support area, sorry, resistance area, right? So if I draw that, you can see that that is the resistance area. Are you guys following me, please? Type a one in the chat if you are following me. So that is the area where we put our stop loss, above that area. So that is the reason we put our stop loss, and then we targeted 1:2. Now I'm just covering this trade just because we did not, right, we did not take it, but again I'm just covering the trade because it was part of the weekly setups that week, and then it went for profits. We are going to be covering both the profit and the losses. Let's see how it comes out at the end of the day, right? So this right here was a 1:2 trade, but now if I look at this market direction, it seems like we could have caught about 1:7, right? Now, why would have caught the reason we would have caught 1:7? Well, we don't know that reason yet. All we know is that 1:2 was a take profit target. And let's see the time frame. Let's see how long this 1:7 trade actually took. So to get to 1:6 bars, and you can now see 2 days and 11 hours. So that is 6 days and 18 hours, right? So that's one thing we have I saw last week that made me want to see more of this. 1:2, we close around here. We could have taken more, but we don't know how we would have caught 1:7. What if we are targeting more than 1:7 and the price reverses straight to stop loss, or we just never really go anywhere, right? So first of all, one thing I've noticed is that we could have earned more. So let me write that down. We could have gotten more. Even if we would have gotten more, we cannot just assume that with one trade. We cannot assume that with one trade. This is just one trade. Let us see multiple trades to see what's going on. Can you guys see my screen? All right. Somebody say it's not clear. All right. Is it clear now? All right. My chat's not visible. All right. So let me share my screen again. Seems like it's not visible. Just let me know if you guys can see it. All right. Can you guys see my screen so that we can continue? All right. All right. All right. Great. So let's continue. So that was the first trade we saw. NZD card could have given us 1:7, but we closed at 1:2, right? Now, that is not enough data. Let's go to the second trade. The second trade is GPP card. So GPP card, let's go to GPP card. Again, GPP card was March 2nd, right? March 2nd. So let's go over to March 2nd and look for where that is. Okay, seems like you guys cannot still see my screen. Sorry, let me try to fix that. What's going on with this screen sharing? Not sure what's going on. Block contest. Can you see my screen? Cast by Gaibe. What about you? No. Something is. No. The chat is still not visible. Apart from block cortex and anvil, can anybody else see my screen? Because I'm actually sharing it right now. Seems like almost nobody is able to see my screen. Wow. All right, I'm sharing it again. I'm stopping the sharing and I'm sharing it again. Just let me know when you guys see my screen. Just put one in the chat as soon as you see my screen so that I can proceed. Right. So I'm sharing it again. Let's see how it just goes. All right, so let me just close more tabs. Seems like it might actually be the tabs. Wow, 100% of you guys can't see my screen. No, this is not what I expected. Millionaire mind up to now. Wow. All right, guys. So here's what's just going to happen. What I'm using right now is just the studio, right? Apparently, it seems like it's very unreliable and also seems like the network might be fluctuating sometimes, right? If you can see my face, just hear me what I'm saying, right? So I'm going to go back on my own. Maybe I'll just make it in form of just a video on YouTube and go back to the trades. I really need to see what happens. I really wanted to do it live with you guys so that we can have these one-on-one interactions so that we can make differences on the trades. But right now, it seems like I don't. The live is even stressing me up, is stressing me out more than the data I'm trying to find on the chart, right? So what's going to happen is that um I will try to find out the data I'm trying to look for on the chart, right? And then I'll make it form of a video so that you guys can also learn as well, right? Thanks for showing up today. I'm not really sure if the stream is literally going to allow us to continue the live stream, right? I'm not really sure if YouTube is going to allow us to continue this live stream just because I'm trying to share my screen. It seems not to be working, right? So let me just try for the last time, sharing it for the last time. If you guys can see, just let me know, right? And if it doesn't work, then we'll have to call it a day, and then I'll create a video about what I'm trying to tell you guys on this channel, right? Can you guys hear me at all? If you guys can hear me, all right. If you guys can hear me, just type WZICO in the chat. Okay, all right. Gabriel, you can hear me. That's good. So do you guys want me to really just make it in form of a video? It will not be edited. I will not try to find what the data is before the video. I'll just try to try to make it in form of a live. I'm not really sure exactly how you guys are going to interact because I needed that interaction. That's why I made this in form of a live, right? But I will just make it in form of a video. You can type your comments. I'll reply to all your comments, right? So I'll go back, do the back testing, and then I'll let you guys know exactly what I found out or what we can change in order to come out a little bit more profitable next month, right? Or this month, basically. Happy Easter, you guys. Happy Easter, everybody. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, guys. Very important. I don't know whether you guys know this, but this is my third time trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, right? It's very funny. Some people, once they see what you done